Greg and an empty couch.
Fitzsimmons and a sewing machine.
Look who's here.
Hello.
Hey,
What
man.
up?
How are you?
I'm just.
Can you hear
I
us?
can't hear you guys.
Oh, no.
Check. What a fascinating room.
Can you hear us now?
Oh, there we go. Now I can hear you.
Look at him.
There's a lot of interesting things in that room.
There's a lot. I'm in my garage bonus room because I'm quarantined.
Hell yeah.
Are you
I went to-
quarantined?
Well, I went to Cleveland for the weekend to do shows, and then my wife, she abruptly showed me to the back to sleep for 5 nights.
Oh, she quarantined you. You're not medically quarantined.
No.
Ah. I heard
She's afraid of
Santino,
me.
he caught it. He's quarantined.
Yeah.
Who?
Andrew Santino?
Oh yeah, he just texted me. Yeah, he didn't catch it from going on the road either.
Yeah, he said he caught it like watching football with his buddies.
Oh, it's wild.
Yeah.
See, I got it.
Great way to
But,
catch it.
I mean,
Are
I
we
have
recording,
no-
by the way?
Yeah, we're recording.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're pretty loosey goosey. We have no idea how I got it. But here's the crazy thing. I got it, had basically 0 symptoms, and just had to stay away from everything and everybody for like 10 days. My wife got like deathly fucking sick, had all the shit, had a cough, had all the respiratory issues. She went and got tested, negative. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
So you're saying you think she had a false negative?
I don't know.
Or he had a false positive.
I don't
Right.
know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not Dr. Pepper.
I will say
But it's just fucking weird.
that joke only works if he knows your name. His name's Pepper, by the way.
Thanks.
Oh, there you go.
Jesus. My wife had a surgery at the hospital here, and we both had to be tested. And my nurse was a open conspiracy theorist about coronavirus, Greg.
Jesus.
I mean,
Christ.
dude,
Was
we're
was she
sitting
hot?
there. No, this is a middle-aged woman that was
Hey,
very.
wait a minute. My wife is
I
middle
was
aged.
about to say,
Hey, and
that
she might
doesn't
be
mean
hot.
she's not hot.
I didn't finish my prescription, guys. My prescription, it's a hospital. My description. So this is a middle-aged woman who had very clearly given up 16 years earlier. She had I
That's
know this.
assuming a lot.
This
dude.
sounds like I made up. She had a picture of Trump on her desk, and she's wearing a mask. We're in Mississippi, Greg, so this isn't rare. I mean, this
You
is
guys
pretty-
are in Mississippi?
Yeah.
No shit.
So this lady,
The only state I've never been to. All right, go on.
Really?
really,
Yeah.
this lady, you can come stay with us. This lady has her mask on, but she literally pulls it down. She's giving us the COVID test sitting in her office, and she says, I'm so ready for this election to be over so we can move past these stupid masks. And I was like, okay.
Unfucking believable. You should have called her boss and said, I want somebody else working in this.
I probably
fucking-"
should have, because she tested us, and I'd seen a bunch of the COVID. I watch a lot of UFC, so I'd seen a bunch of the COVID tests, like from the fighters getting them and stuff, and they're pretty abrasive up your nose. you know.
Yeah.
Hers wasn't
So-
bad. Hers wasn't
so
bad
is-
at all.
In Mississippi, is it because I hear in some places in the South that it's almost seen as like that you're a pussy if you're wearing a mask and people will say stuff to you? Does that happen?
Greg.
You'll get looks for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
They it is commonly referred to down here as the liberal disease.
I've never heard that one, but
Well, we run in different circles.
for the record, I wear a mask.
Yeah.
But no, she gave the test, and it was not bad. And I was like, wow, I don't think she really put her fucking shoulder
Yeah,
into it.
right.
And,
Ugh.
I never heard. My wife had her surgery 3 days later. We never heard results back. That's been 2 months ago, huh? I've still never had a result back. I don't think she turned them in.
Yeah.
I don't think she actually did it.
Right. She probably pocketed the money. That's like when I used to pump gas at a gas station.
Yeah.
Back when that was a job.
Right. Same thing.
And one of the scams was you would say, "Do you want me to check your oil?" And
Uh-huh.
then they would say, "Sure." And you'd open up the trunk so they can't see you in there.
Mhm.
And then
The trunk where the oil's at.
Some motor cars, yeah.
yeah, and I'd get them a prescription of how to do it. And so I would always tell them that they were a quart short, and then I would charge them for a quart, but I wouldn't do anything.
That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
Where's that at?
New York.
New York. I'm about to say, because we have to pump our own gas here. But we're uncultured swine. There's a lot of states where you can't legally pump your own gas, isn't that?
Oregon and New Jersey.
Yeah.
The only two left.
Really?
Yeah, no, they have to pump it for you.
Only
sounds
their highly skilled technicians can handle the process.
It's insane to me.
Yeah.
That sounds like a scam to me.
Um,
Well, it provides jobs, man. Come
Okay.
on.
yeah, fuck them. I mean, and also it's convenient.
I guess
It is.
Yeah, you don't have to pump your own gas.
Yeah.
I'm very, very seriously, I'd say debating, but I'd say pretty much agreed upon moving out of Mississippi next year, early next year. Yeah, thanks. We have a literal map on our wall in our living room. We've been dialing down what states we would move to and not move to, and Oregon was one of the last front runners, and they're out. We got rid of them. So
Yeah.
it's looking very realistic that we will be going to Austin next year.
It seems like too many people are going there now.
That was my argument.
that's been
Yeah.
a problem for years from what I've heard about Austin. I heard-
Yeah, it's overrun. It's like how San Francisco got overrun, and
yeah.
I would think about Detroit. You could get yourself a
Shot.
fucking house for like $20,000
Yeah,
and
that is true.
put a studio in it, and I think it's gonna be cool. They got the music. I don't know. Detroit could be cool. I would put that on your list.
Yeah, that's not a bad.
What about Idaho?
No, what?
No, it's
There's-
all white
I'm getting
supremacists.
out of Mississippi. Why do I want to go to Idaho?
Because you're a white supremacist.
That's a lateral step.
Hey, are we gonna do the goddamn list? What is this?
Yeah.
Like me trying to figure out where you're gonna move to?
Yeah, no, that's exactly
What
what
kind of
this is.
podcast is this?
Yeah, so
This guy's already on his second beer. So we've
Thank
been we've been on here
Hey,
for 5
Greg,
minutes.
I'm so glad, no offense, I'm so glad that your bike got stolen because I was running late with a capital L. I just got off
I thought it was just
just
gonna be
got
me and
off
you,
of work.
Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got off of work and I had to like panic get here. So
So I'm at the beach with my friends because it's in the 80s this week. Sorry
Yeah.
guys, but oh no, you're in Mississippi. It's probably
Yeah.
just as warm.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking 90.
So we go to the beach, and me and a couple buddies, and then and I have ADHD, so I set my alarm to go off an hour before I'm supposed to do something.
Mhm.
So it went off, and I went, "Why the fuck is my alarm going off?" So I looked at my calendar and I saw that I had your guys' podcast. So I said, "Shit, I'm a mile from the beach," and so I said to my friends, "All right, I got to go." I got a beach chair that has a backpack strap on it
Oh, sick.
and an umbrella that I then jammed through that. And then I have a full backpack with all my shit in it, and I hang that off the front, and then I ride my bike.
Mhm.
So I go back to my bike, and it's fucking gone. I had locked it up. It was gone.
Wow.
So I tried to call Lyft, and like Lyft and Uber, man, I don't know what it's like there, but they're done here. There's just no business, so there's no fucking cars on the road. So
Yeah.
so I had to walk in flip-flops from the
Oh.
beach to my house. And I'm halfway there, and there's this kid sitting at a bus stop, Mexican guy. And he looks up and he goes, "Greg Fitzsimmons?" I got this fucking backpack in front of me. I'm sweating. I'm in flip-flops. He goes, "Can I take a picture?" I go, "Absolutely not."
Can I get a ride?
He's waiting for the
Oh my
bus.
God.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
That's the second best postponement story that we've had. Do you know
Yeah.
Ryan O'Neal?
No.
Danish
okay.
and O'Neill guy.
He's a comedy store guy, but he postponed because he likes to take late night walks. So he was taking a late night walk. It's
In
like
LA.
2-3 o'clock in the morning in LA, and a guy asked him for a light, and he was like, "Nah, man, I don't have one." And the guy kind of got weird, and he was like, "Well, do you think I could go to the Circle K down here and get a light?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, you sure can." And the guy started running at him, and Ryan got a car between him and the guy because the guy was fucking running at him. And then he pulled it. He had mace in his pocket. Ryan pulled the mace out, and he's not sure if he hit the mace first or if the guy started shooting first, but the guy unloaded a magazine on him, like 5 shots.
No.
He was
Yeah.
10 feet away from him, missed every single shot. And then the guy ran away. So the reason why he
No
postponed.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, then he emails us. He was like, "Hey, man, I don't think I can record in the morning. I got shot at just now. And I was like, all right, well, thanks for the
Well,
email. I was like,
no.
is this a bit?
The reason why I postponed, because he didn't have a cell phone on him, because he only carries a knife and mace in his pocket when he does night walks. So he went to the middle part of a apartment complex and was just screaming for help for like 5 minutes and just screaming at the top of his lungs. And people finally came out. They closed down it was something crazy, like a 12-block radius. He said there was like 50 cops there. They brought the dog. I didn't tell you this. The dog that they brought out to try to catch the guy, it was like literally his last night on duty.
It was his retirement night.
Yeah, it was his retirement night.
Wait, so did they ever catch the guy?
Nope.
No.
So,
wow.
They're not sure if it was just a run-of-the-mill robbery or if it was like a gang initiation or whatever it was. But, I mean, he said he was 10 feet away, and the guy, he was probably blinded by the mace, but he unloaded a full clip on him. And
I'll tell you what, man, I had never shot a gun before, which sounds weird until this year.
Yeah.
And then my nephew, who's a Green Beret, was like, this is fucking crazy. I'm taking you to the gun range. So he had a 45, and he took me to the range, and we put the target out not far, like maybe 25 feet.
Okay.
And I shot, and it's an outline of a guy's head. I fucking missed most of the shots.
Yeah.
It's hard to shoot somebody with a handgun.
Yeah, pistols are because I mean I'm dead on with a rifle. Like from 100 yards out. I actually won a bet one time because there was a turtle sitting on a log in the middle of the lake, and my buddy was like, "I bet you can't hit that turtle."
Dude.
And it was like 100 yards. I had a 22 with iron sights and went.
All right, Greg. Now that Pepper here, my name's Thomas, by the way. Now that Pepper's committing just admitting guilt to animal
hunting,
cruelty,
dude.
let's move on. Hunting turtles?
Yeah.
Anyways,
he wasn't killing a turtle. He was creating a snail.
I was winning a bet.
My wife wants you to know that she fucking loves you.
Oh, I love it.
Two
what
related
was her surgery, by the way? Is she all right?
Yeah, she's fine.
She got a dick installed.
She got a dick installed. Yeah, it's huge. Anyways, two related stories that Pepper's gonna roll his eyes at. One, speaking of places we wanted to move to, LA was on the list. I don't think it is anymore. But we went to LA for 8 days last year.
Oh my God.
Yes,
dude,
but
this is
a bigger point. We actually got to go to your Best Buddies charity.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
really?
we went. It was that Tuesday night that we were in town.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was fantastic, man.
Was that the one where fucking what's that kid's name?
Yes.
Went up and he did all jokes about mentally disabled people.
Yes. Who was it? This is last year. This is 2019.
Yeah, New York comic. Big YouTube presence.
I can't remember his fucking name.
Oh no, let's think of it. I've been
Andrew Schulz, is it?
Yes, Andrew Schulz.
Andrew Schulz. Yeah.
So basically, I'm very close to the Best Buddies organization. I raise money for them all year, and then we do this big benefit once a year. And we have these killer lineups. I mean, it's like, every year it's like Bill Burr and Rogan and Ali Wong, and all these people come out. And Norm Macdonald's done it.
Oh, I know we had Rogan and Brian Callen and a bunch of guys that were there the night we went.
Yeah. And so somebody didn't show up. I think somebody big was supposed to show up and they didn't make it. And so at the last minute, they were like, Andrew Schulz is in the other room. Do you want him coming into a set? And I didn't know Andrew Schulz.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, great. And so he comes out and he was told by the room manager that it was a benefit for people in halfway houses, because essentially what Best Buddies does is they try to help intellectually disabled people move from institutional living into apartments where they can live with other people, and like a worker from Best Buddies will check on them once a week. And so anyway, there was a miscommunication, and he happened to do a 3-minute chunk at the end making fun of mentally disabled people. And some of them are in the audience. And as you know, one of them, there's a guy who I know that I kind of mentor.
That's the guy that came out there and did a set, right?
Who did a set.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
And he was great. And he's
Yeah.
sitting in the audience, and so are other people with disabilities and families with people with disabilities. And it was the most painful, one of the most painful experiences of my life. I was so humiliated. And I don't blame him. It wasn't his fault.
It was a
didn't know.
miscommunication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we were
God.
there, man. That was a fucking great. That was a great. We were at Universal that day. We went to Jimmy Kimmel live, and we're sitting in the fucking crowd for Viola Davis, and we got to see Cypress Hill outside of
No,
Jimmy Kimmel,
really?
and then we came straight to Best Buddies and saw your show.
Nice.
It was a great fucking day. But also, she's born in Sleepy Hollow, New York. She's born in
No
Tarrytown.
shit. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's her other connection to you. She's born in fucking Tarrytown.
Yeah.
Wasn't she here?
Yeah, where's she at?
Yeah.
She's home. But yeah, she loves Greg Fitzsimmons. She wanted me to tell you all that.
Best.
We all love Greg
All right.
Fitzsimmons.
Why don't we get into this goddamn Rushmore, Pepper?
That's a pretty good idea. This week we're doing our Mount Rushmore of fucking sidekicks. Oh, hey, before we get into the topic, don't you think we should start the podcast?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Rushmore podcast. My name's Pepper.
My name's Thomas.
It's a podcast where we take our Mount Rushmore of any given topic, and if you listen to the podcast for at least 30 minutes, we'll figure out what the fuck we do with it. This week we have Greg Fitzsimmons, one of the not great at keeping bikes, but great at everything else in life.
Greg looks nervous. We were recording the whole time.
I was just about to ask you that.
It's like, are we starting? What was all that?
I just didn't want you to cut out all the nice stuff your wife said about me. It was flattering.
Yeah. So again, another story ever he told is fucking Adam Ray.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we had Adam Ray on, right? And we weren't recording when the guest came on. And we learned our lesson the hard way because about 10 minutes in, after he told this great story about how he cut his finger almost off with a fucking cheese. What was it? A cheese?
Oh,
platter?
yeah.
Cutter.
Yeah.
I know
And
that story.
It's such a good story.
Yeah,
that
he
Greg
told that
Fitz-
story, and then afterwards, Pepper's like, "You want to get started on the podcast?" And we started. And Adam was like, "Y'all weren't recording that fucking." He was like, "What are we?" So he was like, "Always be recording."
Especially when, no offense, but like,
Yes.
you know, we're big time
Sure.
Hollywood celebrities.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're just a couple drunks in Mississippi.
Exactly.
Thank you, dude.
We got. I mean, this motherfucker right here got the liberal disease. I got fucking. But yeah, it was a lesson. Definitely, I was like, we record as soon as we see you join the Zoom meeting. We're like, fucking record. Let's catch all this shit.
I love it.
All right, so
I can't wait till we get somebody like who doesn't know we're recording, just catching them talking some shit or something.
yeah, just lure him in.
Can't wait.
Be like, all right, sound check. Say the N word a few times.
Yeah.
All right. Pepper's gonna say his number 4, and then I'll go to mine, and then we'll go to yours, and we go down to our number 1 on the Rushmore.
We're doing our Mount Rushmore of sidekicks.
Wait, we start at what number?
Number 4. So your 4th best. You go down to your number 1, your best.
Oh, I didn't. Well, you know what would be great? You know what would be great?
Yeah.
If you guys sent me the format of the show.
Yeah.
Because I came up with 3 different categories of sidekicks. And I came up with 5 people for each category.
I thought
shit.
I thought I was specific. Come up with your top 4, your Rushmore of this category.
That's
Oh, maybe you did.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably did.
I think I did.
well, Greg.
Yeah.
You're an overachiever. You're just a chronic overachiever.
All right. Well, I'll do them as honorable mentions after we do yours.
Yeah,
So
we'll do-
so the way we're doing it is, are you saying just a general sidekick in all of entertainment, or are we going specific to a genre?
We keep
No.
it vague for a reason.
Your
to keep-
interpretation.
So
Got it.
So
Okay.
I have let's see, 1, 2, 3 of my picks are not in entertainment at all, arguably.
Oh, okay.
So I went pretty what abstract with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the word.
So my number well, all right, here we go.
Fucking idiot.
And I mean, I'm not, whatever.
What's your
Here
number
we go.
4?
My number 4 on my Mount Rushmore sidekicks is Mississippi, the state of Mississippi. I feel like Mississippi kind of sucks, but it's
What is
Alabama's-
it a sidekick to?
It's Alabama's sidekick, and it's also kind of Louisiana's sidekick. It's not its own thing. Like, it can't sustain itself by itself.
Okay.
You don't have a sports team.
No, we have the Mississippi Braves.
No, we don't.
No,
We
I
have-
mean like a
Yeah, a real one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
true. So everybody down here is Saints fans, which is fucking annoying. You want to take a wild guess on what the number 1 MLB hat sold in Mississippi is?
Yankees?
Nope.
Atlanta Braves.
Nope.
What is it?
Chicago White Sox.
What?
Why?
It's not even the good Chicago
Yeah.
team.
That's like the number
Thank
4
you.
baseball hat sold in Chicago.
Thank you. Thank you.
It makes no fucking
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, they're like their 5th best sports team. Number
right.
1 selling MLB hat in Mississippi. Makes zero fucking sense.
Mississippi as a sidekick Rushmore pick, Greg, by the way. I know you're new here. This is your first time doing it. I've done 154 with this guy. That might be the single worst fucking pick you've ever had for any topic we've ever done.
No chance. I've had way worse than that. I can defend this.
All right. That doesn't seem like a sidekick. That seems like a real stretch to start off your list.
Culinary wise. Where do we get our food from?
New Orleans.
It's all Louisiana shit.
Yeah.
We don't have Mississippi food. We got red beans and rice and shit. That's from Louisiana.
All right, Greg. My number 4 was Andy Richter.
Wow.
With an actual sidekick. And who I think it's hard. I guess Ed McMahon is up there to compete with him. But I mean, as a late show sidekick seems, now that I say it out loud, sidekick sounds disrespectful.
No, you know what it is? That is a weird thing with sidekicks on late night shows. And I agree. Well, I don't agree because you put him at number 4. Whereas I think Richter's, as far as talk shows go.
Oh, he's number 1 as far as talk shows go.
Yeah, I think he's number 1. I think it is, when you think about, like, Ed McMahon, I was thinking is number 1 just in terms of, like, owning it. Mm-hmm. Of, like, when you see Ed McMahon, you don't think of anything except sidekick. Paul Schaefer, you think of, like, here's the guy that put the fucking Blues Brothers together.
Yeah, he's a composer.
Here's a guy who's, like, a legitimate fucking musical force of nature.
Yes.
And then you think of, like Reggie Watts on the Corden Show. Like, he's got his own career.
Yeah.
And the thing about Andy Richter is, like, he always seemed like a guy that was going to break out and have his own sitcom hit, or like Elf, like more Elfs, where he was just, and it didn't happen. So it always felt like he was settling as a sidekick, but he never mailed it in. He always gave 100%. And was not only a sidekick, but a writer for the show and responsible for a lot of the great material on the show.
Well, what was the show? Was it Andy Richter, like Around the World or Across the Universe? What was the show called?
Andy Richter Knows the Universe.
Knows the Universe. That was a great fucking show.
It was a great show.
Yeah, that dude's always been great.
Season. Yeah.
Oh man, I used to love that fucking show.
Yeah, I know. That was his big shot, and it didn't last. And and I think Conan was pretty supportive of letting him go take a shot at the plate and then taking him back again. But, Andy's, by the way, a very dear friend, and we play golf together a lot.
Okay.
And he has nothing but good feelings about what he's done with the show over the years. And he's proud of it, and I think he's creatively fulfilled.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's the best at it. At that position, I don't think there's anybody that
And don't fuck with him on the show. Some people think because he comes off as kind of,
Dude,
soft and deferential. He is quick and he is lethal.
Yes.
I've seen him take people out.
He commits so fucking hard to everything he does. That's one thing I love about him.
Well, he's the best. Yeah, he's the best, like, person to play off of, too. Like you said, he will defend himself quickly.
Yeah.
But Conan knows he can bounce fucking anything his way, and it will never lose its steam. Like, the dude's so good. And his podcast is good. 3 Questions with Andy Richter. It's a good podcast.
Yeah, I've been on it. It's great.
Yeah. I like that podcast. What's your number 4, Greg?
This is throwing me because, I got to go into my different categories and figure out what the 4 is. I guess I'm going to go with, I'll go with Hannibal Buress on
Eric Andre's show.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn, that is good.
Because that show to me makes it impossible for me to watch any other late night talk show again. They destroyed the genre. They came in and they deconstructed it and they took a shit on it and they exploded it.
Yep.
And they made it so that anybody doing it now has to feel silly.
Yep.
Yeah. And I know you're pretty close to the product, I believe, but there was a huge push for Eric to, like, an actual petition for him to replace Ellen when all this shit just went on a couple months ago.
No, really?
Yeah, dude, there was a huge online push, and he signed off on it. And there was like 150,000 signatures to have Eric Andre replace Ellen, but not change the name of the show. have it be the Ellen show, but Eric Andre just replaced her and they don't fucking mention it. Oh man, that would have been.
But Hannibal plays off of him so well because he's this like stoned, grounded, passive observer who, again, like Richter, is completely connected. But to have, Eric Andre, who's so manic and destructive, to play, it's such a great counterbalance. Like I remember I was watching one the other night, and it was like, I forget what the joke was. I think it was a 9/11 joke. And after he said it, Hannibal just went, I don't know if I want to be associated with that.
I will say this, not one of, I think the single greatest comedy show I've ever been to was in New Orleans like 3 years ago. And it was, I'm following up greatest comedy show ever with, it was Chance the Rapper and T.I. opened.
All right.
Then it was Chris Tucker, Donnell Rawlings, Hannibal Buress, and Dave Chappelle.
Holy shit.
And it was about a
Damn.
5-hour show in New Orleans. Yeah, with a Q&A after from Dave Chappelle. It was whenever Chappelle and Chris Tucker did a tour, 2017, I want to say. Maybe 16, in New Orleans at the Civic Theater.
How did anybody make any money? How big was the show?
Well, I mean, it went on for about 5 hours. Now,
But how big was the venue?
Was it?
It was the Civic
Smoothie King?
Theater in
Holy shit! Hold on.
in New Orleans.
It's a. They didn't do it at Smoothie King. Where
No,
the
no,
Pelicans
this is a
play?
theater. Now, this is the thing. I believe it was Donnell Rawlings, Chris Tucker, and Dave Chappelle. That's the show. I think that's the show. But this is the same weekend as NBA All-Star Weekend. So T.I., which was in New Orleans. So
Right.
T.I., Hannibal, and Chance the Rapper were all in town in New Orleans. So they just came in and fucking did a spot
I don't
at
know
this huge theater show.
That's crazy.
Dude, it was fantastic. Dave Chappelle did about 2 hours fucking straight.
Yeah.
This is 3 or 4 years ago when he was really just coming back. This is before the first Netflix special dropped. This is
Right,
whenever
right.
he was like out there working it,
Yeah.
right before that first Netflix. And dude, it was fucking incredible. Blew my mind. I was like, in my head, Chappelle was my favorite comic of all time. But this is before his resurgence,
Oh, wait, hold
then-
on. I just saw my battery's low on my computer. Let me plug it in.
All right.
Hey, he's
You
got the
guys-
same problems
you
we
guys-
have.
You kill a couple minutes, will you?
Of
Yeah,
course.
we got it. Hey Thomas, are you gonna tell any more stories about comedy shows that you went to?
Yes.
Because
Probably. Yeah, most likely.
I actually had the thought on the way over here. I was like, God, I bet Thomas is gonna bring up.
Well, this is the problem is I had a very specific one to him because we went to
okay.
his charity.
Whenever you said that, I didn't have a problem with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my wife was born in the same town as him.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's legitimate connections. I don't have a problem with that. But you tell the goddamn story about how you went to L.A.
Hey, let's stop having
Almost every
comics on
fucking
that I've
episode.
seen in L.A.
No.
Crystalia, you're next.
Have you hit up Daniel Cormier?
No.
Why not?
Hey, man.
It is the
There's two
he
of
has
us.
nothing to do.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm too busy.
You smoke weed today?
Did I?
Yeah.
No, I
Okay.
will though.
No big
I'm
weed.
back.
Anybody listening that lives in Mississippi, make sure you vote for.
65, Article 65.
Let's get some goddamn.
November
weed in this
3rd, Greg, we
stupid
finally
state.
got weed legalization on the ballot in Mississippi.
Oh, that's good.
November 3rd.
That's,
65.
you guys need something to kind of slow down that frenzied pace down there in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Meth is what you're referring to.
No, you need meth. You need meth.
Oh,
to
we
pick
need
up,
meth.
Yeah,
We need to
you need to
speed it
pick
up.
up the pace a little bit.
Meth, not math. That's our slogan for. We're running for election. I don't think we mentioned that.
Meth, not
You're
meth.
running for election.
Yeah.
Of what?
For chancellor.
All right. What's your number 3, Pepper?
I only know Star Wars political positions. My number 3 on my Rushmore of sidekicks is Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's right-hand lady.
That's
As-
good.
That is
as
actually
far
pretty
as-
fucking good.
as
You
far
made
as-
up for your shitty Mississippi pick on that one.
Thank you. As far as sidekicks go, I mean, I think I can call her a bitch, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say
That
so.
bitch
hearing
did-
that.
That
I'd
bitch
go.
did
I'd
work.
go with cunt.
Yeah, ride or die though. Ride or die cunt. That's somebody that would that's somebody that would go to war for you.
Yeah.
If your name's
Yeah.
Jeffrey,
That
Yeah,
bitch is-
I would. Yeah, a sidekick accomplice,
oh man,
enabler.
Rushmore of accomplices
Not
is
even-
not a
not-
bad idea.
not even enable her, like make things happen her. Like she
Yeah.
fucking like she like,
Sexual
Contributor.
trafficker.
yeah. Oh, there's a lot of titles that she has.
She sexually trafficked underage girls. And isn't she being interrogated right now? Is she going to flip on some people?
They postponed her trial. It was supposed to be this month, and they postponed it till July of next year.
July?
Yeah, next year.
What the fuck is that all about?
That's insane.
She's got a lot of things.
I know they didn't want it happening before November 3rd. That's for sure.
Oh, fuck no. But I think her trial was set for October, and now it's pushed back to July.
She's got a lot of things.
You know that Trump met Melania on Fuck Island. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I've heard that.
On Epstein's Island. That's where they actually met. And then they changed the whole story about how they met at some cocktail party in New York or some bullshit. But I know for a fact from somebody that was there that that's where they met.
Don't rat him out. So the aforementioned Chris.
I'm supposed to say allegedly, right? So I don't get sued.
Yeah,
allegedly.
Well, everything said on this podcast, because I recently had a drug dealer on that admitted to fucking trafficking over, and he's got an ongoing court case. So I just want to make this very clear. Everything said on this podcast or any other podcast that I'm a part of, it's all parody. I'm playing a character. None of this is real.
Anyways, Fox News. Remember they got sued for and they said we're not news.
Are you talking about
then take news out of the title.
Talking about the news station that plays in every doctor's office, every restaurant in Mississippi?
Yeah, that was on all the TVs when I got my COVID test. Fox News, WWE, same shit. But the aforementioned Chris Tucker at that Dave Chappelle show, he was allegedly on that island. He was on the flight logs. We don't know.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, I was shocked. I felt a little dirty, like I did something just because I saw him fucking live one time. I was like, what do I need to do? Yeah. Do I tell someone? The answer is no. You don't rat him out. Anyways, my number 3. How do I follow up Maxwell with this? But I'm going to say Robin from Batman and Robin. Well, that feels really underwhelming now.
Well, that sucks, Greg.
Did I do a number 3?
Your 4 was Hannibal Buress. I'm on 3.
Right. Okay. Yeah. What's your 3?
Robin.
That sucks. So, Greg, what's your number 3?
My number 3, I'll go with Robin Quivers from the Howard Stern Show.
That's what I meant.
Damn.
Is that what you meant when you said it?
No, of course not, but it is now.
No. She is
she's been a good one.
She's been with him since the beginning. I admire the loyalty. I like the respect that they have for each other. She's super knowledgeable. I like that she brings her, even though she's doing the news, she brings her opinion into it, and she's holds her own against all those crazy motherfuckers.
I was about to say she'll fucking push.
People come at her, and she comes straight. She counterpunches hard.
I've actually been watching recently, and she does it even more now that they're over Zoom. She fucking, there's no accountability for it. You just fucking say whatever you want. You're not even there.
Right.
What are they going to do?
Yeah. I love Robin, and she, I did the show like 50 times, and so she still sends me a bottle of wine every year for Christmas.
Hell yeah.
Oh wow.
Good one.
That'll get her on the list.
Is it a good one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't drink, so I was regifted.
You send it to Howard. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is in that same vein.
Okay.
Very similar. Jamie Vernon from Joe Rogan's podcast.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He was on my list.
Yeah. He's fucking incredible.
I only say interesting because my number 2 is Brian Redband from the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah. Well, you went old school.
Yeah, no, Jamie is he's like Google with an attitude.
Yeah.
He's a fucking wizard.
I love whenever he like stands up for himself or whenever, something like that. Because he'll be like, Jamie, this is it, and then he'll be like, well, no, and then he'll state his case. I fucking love that shit because he never says anything.
It's hard to argue with him because he's a fucking computer.
Yeah, he is a computer.
but not only does he do that, he's also producing, engineering. Like when you're in that studio, he's overseeing 10 other things that are happening. Like if you think about what Stern does. And how many people, even Corolla, but Stern has a floor of a building in Manhattan of a staff of people. There's a fucking ball floating around in the sky, a satellite. There's so much overhead. There's so many salespeople, marketing people. Joe has Jamie.
That's it.
That's it. He books it. He produces it. Everything.
I am not ashamed to say I have looked up what does Jamie Vernon make every year? What is his salary?
How would anybody know?
And nobody fucking knows.
No.
Nobody knows any of that
does
shit.
well. But I mean,
I'm sure he's
switching
extremely
cameras.
well taken
Yeah, I
care
think
of. Joe's an extremely generous guy.
But I mean, he's doing fucking. I mean, like you said, it's not only doing the audio production and all that. He's also switching cameras. He's in charge of all that shit. And then fucking Googling, like, what do alien dicks taste like every fucking 10 minutes?
Yeah, I was about to say, how about the nightmare of, I mean, they're not live anymore, but when you're live and you have Alex Jones on,
Yeah,
having
right.
to produce that.
And it's not even like, it's not just what he Googles, but he knows most of that shit off the top of his head.
Yeah.
He knows what memes are hot right now. He knows what artists just got arrested. He knows fucking political science. Like, it's just crazy.
And see, my number 2 is Brian Redband for the opposite of all the reasons y'all just said.
Yeah.
I love that he didn't know shit on the Joe Rogan podcast for the first 300 episodes, and it would just go off the fucking rails.
He was just like, do you think if you fart on tits, then it smells like bacon?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, yeah, whatever.
It's like, where the fuck is Jamie at?
I love it.
I remember I shit on Redband one time. I was on Rogan's show and I was like, I said something really mean. I was kidding around, but I was kind of treating him like a punching bag. Like, let's shit on Brian.
Right.
And Rogan, like, kind of fucking dug into me. He totally he used to protect Brian.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, wasn't he just like, before he came out there, he was just like a kid from Columbus that posted fucking weird videos on YouTube and MySpace and shit. And Joe was like, hey, come out here and fucking work for me. And just flew him out to be his video guy before the Mencia and all that shit went down. Because he shot that video, the famous Mencia video.
Yeah, well, he's done well. He's done well since he left the show. He's doing his stand-up is good. It's getting better all the time. And
Kill Tony.
I know Kill Tony has run into some rough times with COVID. That's not in their control, but that is right
what
before. Happened? Somebody ate a bat in China, I think. Is that what happened?
No, he's asking about Kill Tony.
But I mean, right before that happened, Kill Tony was as hot as it's ever fucking been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still trying to keep it going. You know, they had a while where they're doing like comedians over Zoom and shit, and it was god awful. And it's not their fault. They fucking did the best they could. But when it's somebody.
That's a show that's very dependent on the live crowd.
Yeah. When it's somebody trying.
Yeah, they're doing it again at the store. I can't remember how they're doing it. I think people are in the parking lot or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've got like a screen up in the parking lot.
I was about to say, I know there was they had talk like they could be inside and people outside, but they're facing like a closed window.
Yeah.
To where like no one could, they couldn't see anyone, and then the screen was outside so they could see them. It was like a whole fucking mess.
Right.
But that is one of the best shows on the internet for sure. When it's I mean they did the best they could.
I love those guys.
Yes.
What's your number 2, Greg?
I got to go Art Carney from The Honeymooners. Jackie Gleason's sidekick. Guy who was like a legitimate actor who did drama, who did theater. And he came in and he did a character that was like, he represented the kind of post-war working class American guy who was just an honest guy. Not a fucking rocket scientist, but a good family man and a good friend. And he just, his mannerisms, like they were studied. They were so specific. They were amazing.
So I'm not 100% familiar with The Honeymooners. That's a skinny guy with the bowling ball?
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I don't watch movies or TV shows.
Like probably the most influential sitcom of all time.
Yeah. One of these days, Pepper.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was the crazy thing is like, you couldn't have aired it today. He would literally threaten his wife physically in every episode.
Yeah. Right to the
One of these days, Alice. Pow! Right in the kisser.
Yeah. That's good shit. Who played him in the remake with Cedric the Entertainer?
I didn't go to that.
You didn't watch that one?
Although, the real remake was the Flintstones, and Barney Rubble was the Art Carney character. I mean, the Flintstones was the honeymooners.
That fucking makes sense for the first time in my life. I've never even thought of that.
Yeah.
But was he the skinny guy with the bowling ball?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, Pepper, the skinny guy with the
I
ball.
remember that.
What's your number one, Pepper?
My number one on my Rushmore of sidekicks. It's a mind blower. Get ready for it. Strap in. John C. Reilly.
Oh.
Will Ferrell sidekick for goddamn ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he fucking
That's
played
good.
that part super well.
Did you ever watch that Sherlock Holmes movie?
Nope.
All right.
Seen Step Brothers and the NASCAR movie.
The Ballad of Ricky Bobby?
Uh-huh.
Talladega Nights? It's a good fucking
That's
movie.
That's the two movies that I've seen.
Do you know any other John C. Reilly movies?
Wreck-It Ralph. Hey, don't
Okay.
come on, dude.
Sorry.
Come on, dude.
Wreck-It
Don't
Ralph.
disrespect me.
Boogie Nights?
Never seen it.
All right.
He was in some weird sci-fi movie or some shit, I think.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Jesus.
See that?
All right. Well, my number one is going to be also an actor who was a sidekick with brilliant in his own right, and that is Dana Carvey.
Oh.
Who was
To
he a
Mike Myers.
sidekick for?
Mike Myers. You don't know?
Weren't
Does
they-
that not qualify?
In Wayne's World?
Yeah.
They were partners. He wasn't
They're
his
partners, dude.
sidekick.
Oh, it's okay. So I forgot it was called
Wait.
Wayne and Garth's World. No, it's fucking Wayne's World. It's not fucking Garth's World. He was the sidekick.
No, I guess you're right.
That's junk.
Yeah.
Dana Carvey's fucking brilliant.
Dana Carvey, in my opinion, if I was gonna from that movie specifically,
I'll take Dana Carvey over Mike Myers. I'll say it. Is that
that's
what you
what I
were
was gonna
creeping up on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll take him over Mike Myers every day of the fucking week.
Yeah.
100%. Now I feel like an idiot. You know what? Give me Tom Brady to Bill Belichick. Give me Tom Brady as my sidekick. Fuck you guys.
No. Oh, I'm gonna take Chipper Jones to Bobby Cox. Fuck you.
Who's Bobby Cox? Nobody knows who the fuck
The
that
fucking
is.
greatest manager in baseball ever. Fuck you.
Greg, who's your number one?
I gotta go with a tie for number one.
Love it.
A piece of clothing.
First is you name the character when I give you a hint.
Okay.
Hey now.
Don't look at me. I've never seen any movie, dude. Hey now.
The TV show. Hey now.
Okay. I don't watch TV.
Do they not? Did the cable not reach Mississippi?
No.
Oh, cable?
Well,
That's what my grandma used to talk about. What's cable?
it is.
HBO show.
Sopranos.
The Larry Sanders show. Gary Shandling show.
Gary
Remember?
Shandling. Goddamn, I beat you to it.
Yeah.
Played by Hank Azaria.
Yes.
And he would always walk in.
Simpsons.
He was a sidekick on the show, and he goes,
Oh
"Hey
my
now."
god. I'm a fucking.
All right. Well, that we'll skip that one. Since
I will
you
say
guys
though,
haven't
Hank
seen it.
Azaria did make our Rushmore of voiceover actors.
That is true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then I guess my real number one is Tony Hale from Veep.
I have
Louis-
not
Louis-
fucking watched Veep. I hear it's incredible.
You guys got to get HBO, man. That's where all the good shit is.
Yeah, apparently. I have HBO.
I have.
Him and Julia Louis-Dreyfus together are one of the best comedy teams since Jackie Gleason and Art Carney.
That's
Oh,
the one from
God.
Seinfeld, right?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Yes.
That's the one from Seinfeld.
Wow.
I have ADD.
That's
so
what I work with.
I don't watch like movies and stuff like that. I just
Yeah.
do stuff.
I don't think
Yeah.
anyone in the last 26 years has referred to her as that one from Seinfeld.
Has she done other stuff? Good
She's
for her,
won
dude.
Emmys. She's
Yeah.
won Emmys on 4 different TV shows.
Dude, I'm so proud of her. She's doing. Oh man, that's great.
Also, she's one of the best parts of the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
Die Hard.
Which one?
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. She's the neighbor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with Chevy Chase.
Wow.
She's the fucking neighbor that moves in, and he like puts a Christmas tree through her window, and she's pissed.
Oh,
She's not happy about it.
we do a little segment where because I don't watch movies or anything, but I'll see one every once in a while. Can we talk about a movie that I saw recently?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Jason Long. That's his name, right?
Justin Long.
Justin Long. Thank you. Doesn't get accepted to college.
Accepted.
Yes, that's the movie. So he makes his own college and he bullshits his way through.
That's what
I
Donald
watched
Trump
the
did.
whole thing, dude.
Donald Trump did the same thing.
That's a pretty good movie. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Great.
Let me see your
You haven't?
wiener. I think Jonah Hill's in it.
It's really like grossly obese Jonah Hill.
All right, Greg, we appreciate you so much.
Guys, this is a great concept for a show. You've gotten some really great guests on so far, and I hope that wherever you move to, you guys keep doing this podcast together. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it a lot. I know exactly what he's actually thinking. Great concept. We need some better execution. We should probably. We should probably.
I was waiting.
It's not the execution. It's the fact that you guys lack any real breadth of knowledge about pop culture.
I'm in it.
But,
I got you. It's this guy right here who has admittedly seen 100 movies in his lifetime.
But hey, if you want to know what catches bass in springtime over lily pads, I fucking got you, Greg.
All right, let me ask you. I'm going to ask you 3 questions.
Please.
Okay.
Wait, him or us? Both?
I guess both of you. No, just him. Just
Okay.
him. I'm fascinated by him.
All right.
Okay. What type of car did they drive in Dukes of Hazzard?
Can I answer when he doesn't know?
Yes.
No, that's a Dodge Challenger, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Next question is, what is the difference between a crocodile and an alligator?
Well, I mean, they're completely different species. Crocodile has a very narrow snout. And alligator, I think there's really only one type of alligator. Alligators only live in America. Crocodiles live like worldwide. Is that good enough?
The correct answer is a crocodile is in Peter Pan.
I've never had a crocodile eat one of my crankbaits.
What is the difference between first and second degree murder? I'm just trying to think of like Mississippi questions for you.
First is premeditated. Second degree murder is kind of like fuck rage.
That's exactly right. You should not leave. You should not leave Mississippi.
You're now a lawyer.
Hey, I can't.
You're a Mississippi doctor. You can give fucking COVID tests to anybody you want. Thank you, Greg. We love you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Keep shooting guns, Greg.
Love you.
Keep shooting guns.